Hello again, welcome back to my class. You are now in the 14 meetings. It means two meetings from now you will face your final test. And for your information, these materials will be your last materials in the semester. So it means we are going closer to your final test, and then we are going closer to the end of this semester. Okay, what we would like to have today is about the conditional clause. Everyone, perhaps some of you already familiar with the word conditional clause with this kind of materials. Let me remind you what is a conditional clause. And so the conditional clause is taken from the word condition. Okay, kondisi. But if you want to literally divide it in Indonesia, it means pengandaian. Conditional means pengandaian. So conditional clause means klausa pengandaian. Okay, what is the meaning of the conditional clause in English? As this one. So the conditional clause is a clause or a sentence. For your information, a clause is subject plus verb, and a clause is the same like a sentence. Okay, next, as it uses to explain something that doesn't happen or hasn't happened yet or did not happen. So if you would like to have a condition that it doesn't happen or it hasn't happened yet, you would like to have the conditional clause. Kalau kamu sedang mengandai-andai, ya berandai-andai atau sedang mengingat sesuatu yang tidak terjadi, you can use the conditional clause. Okay, it usually uses the word if or unless, biasanya menggunakan if or unless as the dependent clause atau anak kalimat, and it is also added with the main clause. So in your conditional clause, there should be two clauses in that. Dalam satu sentence harus ada two klausa. The first one is the main clause atau induk kalimat ya, and the second one is the dependent clause ya. Ada independent clause, ada dependent clause. So the word if should be put as the dependent clause atau sebagai anak kalimat. Okay, so that is why thus conditional clause is also called as the if clause. Nama lainnya dari conditional clause adalah if clause. Okay, there are three main types of this clause. Conditional clauses has three main types, three main division, and they all depend on how the reality of the condition happen. Berdasarkan it is divided into what happened in the reality. Apakah the activity or something that would like to do or would like to have it to happen, or it doesn't happen, or it hasn't happened yet. Okay, if it doesn't happen or it hasn't happened yet, you would like to have the conditional clause. Okay, let me start with the first type, everyone. Okay, you see that the first type itu nama lainnya adalah likely to happen. It means when you want to have the conditional clause type 1, your activity or something that you would like to do or you would like to have is likely to happen, is most likely to happen. Mungkin saja masih terjadi. So you need to have the type 1 of the conditional clause. Apa sih formulanya? This one. You may start with if, and then continue with simple present, and then separate it with comma, and then end it with simple future. Okay? Again, simple if, simple present, and then simple future. Okay? And don't forget to have the comma. Okay, I have told you already about the tenses in the several meetings ago about the tenses. Perhaps you are familiar with simple present, simple future, and actually conditional clause also use it. Okay, let me review what are they. If, kemudian subject, kemudian verb 1 kalau simple present, kemudian object. Don't forget that the verb 1 should be added with s or es, depends on the subject. Ya, kalau subjeknya adalah she, he, it means you need to have verb 1 plus s or es. Okay, and then continue with the comma, kemudian subject, and then modal, and the last one is verb 1. Okay, remember modal auxiliary. Okay, I don't want to remind you about the modal because it is very easy. And then next one is verb 1 tanpa s or es. only verb 1, and then continue with the object. Okay, next simple present is dependent clause. Yeah, why simple present is dependent clause? Because you have if di sini, so it is a dependent clause, klausa yang depend terhadap klausa yang lain. And then simple present is the main clause-nya atau independent clause-nya. Okay, what does it mean with dependent clause? If you want to know, dependent clause atau antonimnya adalah independent clause, suatu klausa which cannot stand alone. Biasanya nggak bisa berdiri sendiri, itu namanya dependent clause. Saya sudah menjelaskan beberapa kali in your tenses meeting about the sentence that cannot stand alone. Ada beberapa sentence di dalam tenses, ya kan? Ada beberapa tenses yang tidak bisa berdiri sendiri. So tenses tersebut biasanya in the form of dependent clause. Kemudian added with simple future, it is the main clause ya. Okay, let me give you the example. If you study hard, you will pass the exam. Okay, so this one is simple present added with if, and then you will pass the exam as the simple future. Why do we have simple future di sana? It means that because this is likely to happen, masih mungkin terjadi, so your sentence should be in the form of future tense. Berarti aktivitasnya atau some things that you would like to have itu masih belum terjadi. It means it doesn't happen yet. Every activity that which is planning to happen, masih dalam planning, okay, it is called a future tense. Okay. Next is if she is rich, she can buy an expensive car. She is rich is the simple present in the form of adjective ya, formnya adalah adjective. She can buy an expensive car adalah simple future. Next, if he doesn't study hard, he will not pass the class. Sama kayak di sini, hanya I change the subject ya saja. Remember ya, if the subject change into he, so it becomes doesn't. Does plus not, and then study, then hard. And I change it into negative sentence. Kalau hanya positive sentence, so jadinya if he studies hard, he will not pass the exam. Sorry, he will pass the exam. Okay, next let me go with the type 2, everyone. Unlikely to happen. Actually, type 2 sama type 3 itu sama. Unlikely to happen. Let me go with the type 3 briefly. Sama kan ya? Unlikely to happen. But the difference between type 2 sama type 3 adalah satunya in the present, satunya in the past. Apa sih bedanya? Saya akan jelasin kamu nanti. Let me go with the formula dulu. Kalau type 2 unlikely to happen, it means that your activity atau the thing that you would like to have did not happen, tidak terjadi, it doesn't happen. This is the formula. If, kemudian simple past, kemudian past future tense. Okay, jangan sampai bingung dengan kata past future. Perhaps you remember that in the tenses meeting, the dalam meeting tenses, I give you 12 tenses in English, ada 12 tenses in English, and actually there should be 16, harusnya ada 16 tenses in English. Why I only explain to you only the 12 of it? Because I would like to give you the other kind of the tenses, sisanya the rest of the tenses itu di dalam conditional clause, because it is suitable with the context ya. Konteksnya lebih tepatnya di dalam conditional clause. Okay, so the past future is also part of the tenses ya. Beside the simple past, kemudian koma, and then continue with the past future. Past future di sini adalah simple. So simple past future. Okay, what are they? Ini dia. If, kemudian subject, kemudian verb to, kemudian object. Simple past ya. Kemudian past future tense, koma dulu. Kemudian subject, kemudian modal auxiliary, but there should be in the verb to. For your information, modal auxiliary atau all of the auxiliary in English is also part of the verb. Auxiliary juga bagian dari suatu verb. Makanya, all the auxiliary can be changed into verb 2, into verb 3, into verb 1. Bisa diubah menjadi verb 1, verb 2, sama verb 3. Karena apa? Auxiliary is also part of the verb. Okay, continue with the verb 1. Hanya verb 1 saja. Sama objek. Let me go with the modal in verb 2. Apa sih? Dari would, dari will ya, verb 1-nya. Might, dari may. Could, dari can, should, dari should. Okay, so they are in the form of the verb to. Terus kenapa harus modal in the verb to? Because this is past future tense, berarti harus ada perwakilan dari pastnya, ada perwakilan dari future-nya. Okay, pastnya berarti modalnya harus diganti menjadi verb to. Okay, still in the modal, hanya saja bentuknya verb to. Okay, this is the examples, everyone. If you studied hard, you would pass the exam. Okay, if you studied hard, you could pass the exam. Okay, this is the verb to-nya, and this is the past future tense, simple ya, simple past future. Okay, this is if she was rich, she might get an expensive car. She was rich ya adalah past tense-nya, simple past tense-nya in the form of adjective, dalam format adjective. Kemudian she might get an expensive car is the simple past future-nya. Okay, if he studied hard, he would pass the exam. Okay. Okay, let me go with the type 3. This is the longest conditional clause in English. Tapi biasanya justru kamu akan lebih mengingat type 3 dibandingkan type yang lain. Okay, type 3 unlikely to happen in the past. Maksudnya apa sih, Miss? Kok ada in the past sama in the present? Kalau in the past, let me go back with the type 2. Kalau in the present, it means you have just known the news, baru saja tahu bahwa it didn't happen. Reality-nya adalah it doesn't happen. Baru saja, just a minute ago. Okay, and then you are shocked about it, and then this is the type 2-nya. Oh my god. Kalau begini kan, if you studied hard, you would pass the exam. It means you have just known that you failed the exam. Okay, baru saja tahu bahwa you just failed the exam. And then datanglah conditional clause. Okay, if I studied hard, I would pass the exam. Okay. Kalau type 3, this is in the past, it is just a regret, hanya sebuah penyesalan. And then you took the lesson from it, belajar dari situ. But this is the type 3, unlikely to happen, just the same like type 2. What is the formula of it? Adalah this one, if plus past perfect. Okay, please remind yourself about past perfect ya. And then added with koma dulu, and then past future perfect. Okay, tadi adalah past future simple kalau in the type 2. Kalau in the type 3, you would like to have past future perfect. So you know that type 3 is all about perfect. Semuanya berhubungan dengan perfect. Okay, let me review the details of it. You may start with if, kemudian subject, kemudian had. Okay, past perfect always go with the had, and then verb 3, and then object, koma, kemudian ada subject, modal masih in the form of verb 2 karena dia past future. Kemudian have, kemudian verb 3. Kenapa di sini ada verb 3 before Kenapa di sini ada have before verb 3? Because this is the representative of the perfect. Okay? Representative of perfect itu kan every verb 3 should be added with kalau nggak has, have atau had. The question is, why do we have di sini? Kenapa nggak has atau had seperti past perfect? Because you have modal. And every modal should be followed only with the verb 1. Hanya verb 1 saja. Nggak pakai verb 1 plus es or ed or something like that. No, only the verb 1. So you might continue with the have. And then verb 3, and then the object. Okay, let's go with the examples, everyone. If you had studied hard, you would have passed the exam. Termasuk panjang sekali di sini. So if you had studied hard, this is the past perfect, and you would have passed the exam. Dua-duanya verb 3. Would have passed the exam. Would, kemudian have, kemudian pass, kemudian the exam. This is suitable ya, cocok dengan I have already explained to you about the tenses tentang past perfect. I have told you that every past perfect sama past continuous itu biasanya cannot stand alone, biasanya tidak bisa berdiri sendiri, and this is suitable of it. Kamu lihat bahwa you had studied hard, kemudian ditambahkan ya would have passed the exam. Boleh past simple, boleh past future, pokoknya semuanya adalah past. Company-nya, selalu dalam past tense. Boleh past simple, boleh past future, boleh past perfect juga, silahkan. Kalau past perfect mungkin tidak ya, karena jadinya mesti tambah lagi another past tense. Okay, this is she had been rich. Kemudian she would have both an expensive car. Okay, if he had not studied hard, he would not have passed the exam. Okay, so kalau unlikely to happen in the top 3 adalah in the past, maksudnya seperti ini. Regretnya adalah seperti ini. If you studied hard, you would have passed the exam. It means you have known, sudah tahu lama bahwa you failed the exam, realitinya. And then you took the lesson of it, and then you make this kind of conditional clause for you that for the lesson. Hanya sebagai lesson atau sebagai regret saja, hanya sebagai penyesalan saja. Okay, 2 months ago I failed the exam. If I had studied hard, I would have passed the exam. Okay, that's the the conditional clause part 3. Okay, please, if you don't understand which conditional clause I would like to have antara type 2 sama type 3, perhaps you may learn from the other source. Boleh silahkan belajar di other source yang lain selain di saya. Okay, this is for you the criteria of the each type. Use type 1 if the condition may still happen in the future. Kalau conditionnya masih terjadi, plus use type 1. Kalau use type 2 if the condition is not happening, but you just knew it at that time. Harus saja tahu, and it is not happening, so you should have the type 2 in the present. And then use type 3 if your condition is just a regret, hanya sebagai penyesalan saja. Okay, next, the pro tips of it adalah use if. Gunakan if the sentence is dependent clause. Okay, so dependent clause of the conditional clause selalu ada if-nya. Okay, it means your sentence never be in the future. Ingat ya, every future should be in the main clause. Okay, if selalu tidak pernah dalam future tense. Biasanya lots of the students itu terbalik-balik, suka bingung sendiri. Okay, this is the pro tips ya. If selalu tidak pernah dalam keadaan future tense. Kalau nggak simple present atau past perfect atau past tense, itu saja. Okay, that's the if. And if should be the dependent clause. Artinya it cannot stand alone. Harus ditemani oleh suatu suatu main clause dalam bentuk future tense. Bisa simple future, bisa past future perfect. Next, don't be confused of past future tense. Jangan bingung. It is only a future tense. Only the modal should be in the verb to. Okay, past future tense itu masuk dalam future tense juga. Okay, but only the difference adalah dengan future tense yang biasa. Kalau past future ya harus ada modal in the form of verb to. Modalnya hanya diganti dengan verb to. Makanya sering dipakai dalam conditional clause saja. Karena ya just regret gitu. Makanya dipakai past future. Will jadi ya would, can jadi ya could, may jadi might, should stay the same as should, kemudian have to bisa juga jadi had to. Boleh, you can use any kinds of it. Need to, needed to, boleh. Got to, boleh. Okay, either if or unless have the same formula. So tadi saya udah bilang pakai if boleh, pakai unless juga boleh. They have the same formula. Formulanya sama, posisi if-nya sama unless-nya sama. Only the meaning is different. Ya, the literal meaning ya. If itu artinya jika, unless itu artinya kecuali. Okay, I think that is the end of my explanations about conditional clause. Remember, even though this is your last material, but it doesn't mean this is the last meeting. Masih ada one more meeting about brief focus of your final test. Saya akan memberikan beberapa beberapa focuses. Focus berhubungan dengan final test that you would like that you will face in your final test. But it will be in the next meeting, yeah. Okay, and don't forget that because we will have the holiday, Christmas, and also Christmas and also New Year holiday. So I will skip 1 week. Saya akan skip 1 week of the meeting, and then we will continue in the January. Saya akan lanjutkan kelas saya, meeting saya di Januari. Okay, so saya akan skip 1 minggu because of the Christmas and also New Year holiday, and I will continue at the January, awal Januari untuk meeting ke-15. Okay, thank you very much for your attention, everyone. See you in the next meeting, and have a very fun holiday. Thank you.